So some champions that do well are champs that have a lot of outplay potential against her E. So champs like Aurora, multiple gap closes and great poke. Champs like Gwen, your W and your E can outplay it. Even a champ like Rumble, you can rely on your W to avoid it, and you have a lot of high poke and forcing tools as well. Another option would be a champ like Tryndamere, where you can just pretty much ignore the matchup. 1 to 5 you win, and after you basically get Tiamat, you can just start to proxy or even tier 2 boost, doesn't matter. Just proxy and avoid her out sustain her, as Illaoi has pretty bad sustain, so Tryndamere can beat her and if you play that style. Now, most of the time, you won't be playing these hard counter champions. Most of them aren't that popular, so some advice for playing up against her. You need to be thinking about her E at all times and punishing it when it's on cooldown. You want to be using the minion wave, of course, to block her E, and when you go for a minion that's out in the open, you need to be seeing what she sees. You need to look through your lane from her point of view. She's going to try to E you if you run towards her or if you go for a minion that's in open space. So you know that you can run towards a minion and juke back preemptively, dodging your E, and then that's going to be on cooldown. You can hard force onto her. Also keeping in mind her 1 to 5, her all-in is very weak. You don't need to respect her ulting, of course. So if you're playing a champion like Jax, something like that, you can look to force onto her early game. Now, later on in the game, well, pretty much the entire lane, something I don't see a lot of people keeping in mind, you can dodge the tentacles, even in ulti form. That's a lot harder. You might need to go Ultra Instinct for that one, but you can dodge the tentacle slams on the wall. You don't need to run up and kill the tentacles. I see that way too many times, where someone will hit the tentacle, they'll tank her Q or her E, something like that, or they just won't punish her and let her farm for free while you're doing that. You don't really need to kill them unless you fully have free time. Unless she's under the tower, you can't poke her or not in lane, something like that. Don't waste time on it. Try to pressure her, try to attack her instead, because if you go into that open space and hit the tentacles, you're going to get punished. Now, when you do trade onto her, you can dodge them. You need to think about where they're going to go when she Ws you, and already start to move, but if you just stand there and fight her, really easy for them to hit. It seems basic, but a lot of people make this mistake. You can dodge most of them on the wall, especially if she hasn't ulted and has the extra attack speed of them. You can, as long as you're keeping them in mind and you're pre-dodging, you're not just trying to stick onto her head and bash her down, you can dodge those quite consistently. So try and outplay her E and the tentacles on the wall, constantly thinking about it. It does require a lot of mental stack. A lot of people don't like playing up against her. And it can feel like if you get behind and you're stuck under your tower with no wave and she's just fishing for ease, it's unplayable. So you need to play better before you get into that unplayable position and put some pressure onto her. She's not that strong 1 to 5. You need to look for an advantage and making sure you're constantly thinking about baiting out her E, punishing when it's on cooldown, and trying to dodge the wall tentacle slams as well. Moving on to Riven, and the two approaches you can take when playing up against her is either lockdown or easy disengage. So Renekton, of course, you have both. You can lock it down point click CC and disengage, really hard for her to play up against you, or a champion like Jace or Kennen, we have really good disengage. So she has no sustain, so you can just chip away to get a
This work isn't for amateurs. Pattern breeds weakness. An enemy has been slain. The test of good manners is patience. A professional is marked by precision. Mind your manners, or mind them for you. Sharp blade quickens the work. My motives are not your concern. Results are all that matters. Inattention to detail produces shoddy work. Now! Your feeble efforts are distant. Opportunity rewards those who wait. step on the march of progress. Patience isn't able.
An enemy has been slain.
My skills eliminate the chaos of takeover. Patience is what separates good hunters from dead ones. Don't be crass. Do nothing if you wish to be. Waiting yields the most reward.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
Purity form, purity. All your life has led to this moment. Elegance never goes out of fashion. Your lives. Not here, not yet. Rudeness must be eradicated.
An ally has been slain.
You are a means to an end.
Rampage.
Running will make no difference. Privilege must be preserved. Nature favors the versatile. A weapon's virtue is proven in combat.
There's a hallway.
Precision is the only standard that matters. find your skill lacking. A lady never dealt with her hand. It's not lies that change, but the shadows of the truth. The right tool goes to the one with the heaviest purse. Extremes are easy. It's the balance that is difficult.
An enemy has been slain.
Progress is turned in necessary death.
Godlike. Killing spree.
It lacks strategic foresight. The test of good manners is patience.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Who are you to try and stop me?
Legendary. An enemy has been slain.
The world is not black or white, but a delicious shade of grey.
Will soon fall.
The most opportunity rewards
Rampage.
violence is a means to an end. Only to place it elsewhere.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Ego brings everyone to their knees.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Fortune favors the wealthy. When negotiations fail,
An ally has been slain.
wanted to be. A proper lady employs many methods.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
Self-made women need to be more prevalent.
Down touch.
For the problems of Piltover, I am the solution. Efficiency is paramount to success. Governs